Hello. Welcome to another edition of All or Not According to Jack with your host, Jack Toledano. We are back for part two of the best debut albums, uh, 15 down to one. This should be a lot of fun as we get to the real nitty gritty. I don't think there's going to be too many obscure bands here from what I remember. Definitely from 10 down to one, you're going to know them. Uh, that some of mine cross with Pete and others, but anyway, these are my best debut albums. So just sit back and enjoy. And in the comment section, please feel free to let me know what your favorites are. So let's go right back to the PowerPoint and get going. There we go. Best debut albums, part two. As always, done the all or not according to Jack way. So, number 15, Holy Diver by Mr. Ronnie James Dio, or the band simply titled Dio. Stand up and shout. Holy Diver. Don't talk to strangers. Straight through the heart. And of course, Rainbow in the Dark. All great, great tunes. I am very happy for him. Uh, didn't end very well when he left Black Sabbath, but then he started his own thing. And you know what? His first three albums, I mean, it hit like a hydrogen bomb, I feel like. They were that damn good, especially the first one. So, congratulations, Mr. Dio. Number 14 also has to do with Mr. Ronnie James Dio. Rainbow, Richie Blackmore's Rainbow. Man on the Silver Mountain, Black Sheep of the Family, Catch the Rainbow, If You Don't Like Rock and Roll, and of course, 16th Century Greensleeves. Number 13, Bad Company, self-titled, Can't Get Enough of Your Love. Rock Steady, Ready for Love, Bad Company, Moving On, all good stuff. Number 12, Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell. As I mentioned, I know Pete mentioned them in his uh, month-long October best debut albums. Uh, it was hard for me to come to like this album because I had a neighbor who played this album to death out of her, would blare it out of her damn bedroom all the time. So it took me a few years to warm up to this album. But you got Bat Out of Hell, all revved up with No Place to Go, a song that I like. Two out of three ain't bad. And of course, Paradise by the Dashboard Light, a song where when we would do karaoke at my lodge, I would be given the part of Phil Rizzuto. It's the funniest thing. And a line shot up the middle, you huckleberry. Too funny. Number 11, Primal Fear. I think that's going to be the last obscure band that I mention, but uh, they're a very Priest-like band. I think in some ways they've actually gone past and even better than Judas Priest, but of course they don't have the notoriety. But songs like Chainbreaker, Silver and Gold, Promised Land, If Dollars Were Dirt, Gold and Honey, Tears of Rage, very nice, moody song, moody piece by Primal Fear with a little synth. And of course, one of my favorites, Battalions of Hate. Okay, so number 10, and this is a little content, a little fun little quiz for everybody. So I headed upstate last Saturday, and I left it around, I don't know, around noon, 1 o'clock. And what I did was I started to listen to my top 10 albums. So my top 10 album, to what album did I get up to and in the middle of when I pulled into my driveway upstate? So think about that. What number album did I get to from number 10 to? So In any event, number 10, first album as I first hit the road was this one, the Jimi Hendrix Experience. Are You Experienced? 1974. Oh, is that seven? No, that's incorrect. Huh. Faux pas, but not, I think that was what, 1969 or 70. I'll have to fix that. But in any event, Purple Haze, Manic Depression, Hey Joe, The Wind Cries Mary song, which I love, Foxy Lady, and of course, Are You Experienced? But if you got the special edition, because there were two editions, one released in the UK and one in the US, and when you get the re-release many years later, you get these extras. Stone Free, a song I really love. Can You See Me, another song I love. And Red House, all good stuff. Love you, Jimmy. Taken from us way too soon. Number 9. Oops. Asia, Heat of the Moment. Only time will tell. Here Comes the Feeling. Those were the hits that made it to the radio for this prog super group. Of course, there were some deep tracks, which I love. Soul Survivor. Time and time again. And of course, Wildest Dreams. Check it out if you haven't. Number 8, The Doors, self-titled, 1967. Break on through to the other side. Soul Kitchen, The Crystal Ship, 20th Century Fox, Alabama Song, Light My Fire, Take It As It Comes, and the 12-minute long The End. This is the end. Number 7, Chicago Transit Authority. Um, Again, I'm going to give you the hits first. Does anybody really know what time it is? Beginnings, question 67 and 68. But I love this album because there's a bunch of deep tracks that I really like. Introduction, in my opinion, possibly the greatest song that Terry Kath ever wrote. Uh, you got the guitar, the hot guitar section, the horns. It doesn't get any better than that. Listen, a great deep track written by Robert Lamb, as is Poem 58, another great song written by Robert Lamb. Uh, Terry Kath just goes nuts on his guitar. I was talking to somebody who wrote into one of my Chicago live review. We were both talking about how great Terry Kath was. Uh, in Poem 58. Good job. More of that in South California Purples. Another great rocker. Less horns in this one, but great song nonetheless. And of course, I'm a Man, a great mixture of the voices. You got Terry's voice, Peter Cetera, and of course, Robert Lamb. Peter Cetera also sings the song that everybody likes, but nobody seems to know the name of the song. Question 67 and 68. Too funny. Number 6, The Cars, self-titled. Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed. You're All I've Got Tonight. That's the album that really sold me. No, I'm sorry. Bye Bye Love is the song that really sold me on this album. Of course, Moving in Stereo. Who could forget that scene in the movie Fast Times at Ridgemont High where Phoebe Cates gets out of the water dripping wet and a nice cleavage showing. But then the scene that I choose to forget is the Judge Reinhold scene where he's thinking about Phoebe Cates in the bathroom and does something a little untoward. Let's just leave it at that. But amazing. The Cars, I think they're the best representative of power pop in my top 31. Um, best debuts. You know, I'd say they're a mixture of power pop and new wave. Uh, I just love their synths, and they're thrown in the right places, especially moving in stereo. Okay, so number five, couldn't keep this band off my list. Kiss, uh, self-titled 1974. Admittedly, they did not like the album themselves. They didn't think it was a true representative of what they played on stage. But this album, seven songs that I list, one, two, three, all made it to Kiss Alive, Strutter, Nothing to Lose, Firehouse, Cold Gin, Deuce, 100,000 Years, Black Diamond. Excellent. And if you said Kiss was the band that I was listening to when I pulled into my driveway upstate, winner, winner, KFC dinner. Good stuff. And it was actually Ace's tune, Cold Gin, that was playing as I pulled into the driveway. Da-na, da-na, da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Good stuff. Love it. Okay. Took four great ones to beat it. Boston, self-titled 1976. More Than a Feeling, Peace of Mind, Foreplay Long Time, Rock and Roll Band, Smoking, and of course, Hitch a Ride, the more acoustic number, but I love it. Great, great album. So it's funny. So the last time I was on Hudson Valley Squares, George Lemie asked me the question, what do you prefer better, Boston or Van Halen? Obviously, I like Van Halen better. Van Halen defeats Boston again. Number three, Running with the Devil. Eruption, Ain't Talking About Love. A song where, so both Pete and I went to our good friend Steve Fleck's wedding some years ago, and they had a live band. And, you know, when you go to a wedding, what do they play mostly? It's, disco, danceable, oldies type music. Uh, but they broke out a version of Ain't Talking About Love just for us rockers. It was the greatest thing. Another song I love, Atomic Punk. I Can't Wait to Feel Your Love Tonight. And of course, Ice Cream Man. All my flavors are guaranteed to satisfy. Great tune. Love it. Beautiful. Van Halen self-titled. So well, I can't talk about that now, but Van Halen was the band in high school when I was in high school from 80 to 82. Number two, Leonard Skinner. I Ain't the One. Uh, so my man, what the heck's his name? Brandon Nimmo of the Mets, who when he used to come up on state, when he would come up to bat, that would be his walk-up song, I Ain't the One. Good stuff. Good tune. Tuesday's Gone. Give Me Three Steps. Simple Kind of Man. Things Going On. And of course, Freebird. What more can you say? Uh, Leonard Skinner deserved their spot at number two. Of course, this band deserves its spot as my number one. Love these guys. It's about time they got a number one in something that I put together, rather any kind of list that I put together. Ready? Oh, nope. Deep Hidden Track, Down South Jukin'. Let's talk about that first. Great song. Okay, now, here we go. My number one, Led Zeppelin's debut. Uh, and what an album it was. Who was it that said that they would hit like a lead balloon? But You know what? I think they did uh, a tad better than that. I mean, for every one of their albums to hit number one in the Billboard charts, come on. I mean, good times, bad times. Anything that I have asterisk are favorites of mine. Babe, I'm going to leave you. You shook me. Dazed and confused. I prefer the 8-minute version to the 26-minute version on the live album. Your time is going to come, a song where my ninth grade music teacher, Mr. Cherry, of all things, accused Led Zeppelin of being plagiarizing the Rolling Stones, uh, copying the song. No, not Your Time Is Gonna Come. Oh, what the heck is the name of that song? You can't always get what you want. That basically accused them of plagiarizing. Black Mountainside, Communication Breakdown, I Can't Quit You, Babe, and how many more times. Great, great album. Congratulations, Led Zeppelin, on this. So I will stop sharing. I hope you enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun to do. Unfortunately, I had to leave a few out that probably deserve to be in there. Uh, Notables like Metallica's first, King Crimson's first. They didn't make it, but they were close. This is Jack Toledano speaking for All or Nada according to Jack. If you like what I do, please subscribe and stay tuned for some other things that I have going on. We will talk soon. Bye.